Well, good morning, folks. Welcome back to the farm. Welcome to the last day of summer. It's August 31st. I say it's the last day of summer. On the calendar, somebody would have you believe differently, but we all know once that Labor Day weekend hits, it's done, right? When September comes, it's not really summer. It's pretty much time to put the shorts and the short sleeves away. So we're gonna have a day of it. We're gonna enjoy it. We were actually gonna go out and cut a little bit of, there's a little bit of second cut hay out in Rio Grande. We're gonna cut, but looking like I might get some rain out there Tuesday, Wednesday, so we're gonna wait. I'll probably go, we'll see what it does Tuesday. I might go cut it Tuesday night and then try to bale it up next weekend and see if we can get another 65, 70 square bales. Also draining the big swimming pool today, even though there are some days where it's looking like it's gonna be 26, 27 degrees during the day. It's still getting down cold, like 4 or 5 degrees at night here. So that pool's starting the day at 5 degrees. It's not getting warm enough to swim in by mid-afternoon. All right, looks like it might be a change of plans. You know, you know how much I love it when plans change like that last minute. Well, Environment Canada come up with a different plan. They said, well, it might rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, might, but there's a pretty low chance. And it won't really be that much if it even does. So we're gonna head up to Rio Grande and we're gonna chance it. We're gonna take a gamble. We're gonna see if we can cut a little bit of hay here. But I'm also gonna take this load of lumber that I got from the UFA last week, because tomorrow we're gonna see about building the floor for the grain bin. Then when I get home, I think I'm actually gonna work on the lighting on the stock trailer a little bit. So we picked that up a couple weeks ago and had some lighting issues I was working on. I get the signals to work, but I couldn't get the tail lights, like just the marker lights, to work. And unbeknownst to me, had a fuse blown underneath the hood of my truck. I didn't realize that trailer tail lights had their own independent fuse. I thought it would have been all connected somehow to the truck. Naive, I guess. But anyways, in these GM trucks, it's not a mini fuse, it's like a micro fuse is what it is. It's a whole different kind by comparison to what everybody has, you know, just sitting on the shelf somewhere in the shop. So I'm going to switch that over, get this thing washed out, get all the tail lights, get all the marker lights working on it. And then once it's completely fully roadworthy, then a guy can make a decision about whether or not we're going to keep it or if we're going to flip it. Because right now we got, what did we buy it? We bought it for 1,800 bucks. I think about $2,000 by the time we got, you know, all the auctioneer fees and all that, GST and all that paid. And then another 200 bucks in lighting and then just time, right? So we could probably turn around and sell that for 4,500 bucks if everything worked on it. That's the key right there. I'm just in the father-in-law's big Kubota tractor here now, pulling the disc bind. I'm all set to cut alfalfa. There's one little spot in this field here where, I don't know, maybe a rain cloud paused or something, but they got a little bit of regrowth, so might as well take advantage of it. Maybe like 4.5, 5 acres. It ain't much, but it's enough to knock out a few square bales. So we'll get that wrapped. We'll get that locked down here today, and then come back midweek if it doesn't rain, break it all up, and then see if we can't put it in the baler, tie it up, all at home. We got us a couple booby traps here, standing up, well, not standing up, laying down in the field. Leftover core of a bale. I'm not moving that one. That one's firmly glued to the ground. But there's another one over here that popped up right in front of the mower that might be able to roll out of the way. Look at you, aren't you cute? Ooh, solid too. I don't know if you can see him in here. There he is. The grasshopper the size of a blooming frog in here. Holy cow. No wonder we can't get anything off the field. There's giant grasshoppers, like a plague of locusts out here. All right, well, I'm back home here now with the old purple gem. She let us down today. Come home from the farm. Actually, I was driving that thing. Come home from the farm. And the wife said, well, we're going to run back out to Rio Grande. And because it's the priest's last day or whatever in the parish. So they're going to go to church tonight and sing hymns and kumbayas and all that jazz. And I'm going to stay home and pound fence posts. Like the sinner I am. Anyways, 15 minutes go by. I was just having a bit of supper before I go and pound some posts. And the wife phones over. She says, what are you doing? What do you mean, what am I doing? Well, this thing, she brought it back out of the pizza place because she was going to take pizza out to the field for the fellas that are combining out there in Rio Grande. And backs out of the parking spot, check engine light comes on, goes to go forward, can't get over 30 kilometers an hour. So I fire up old Blueberry, the old 2008 Chevy. The thing's had absolutely no maintenance, falling apart at the seams. Runs like a high school truck. Ripped town in that in record time. Take the negative post off the battery and leave that sit for 5 minutes and then put it back on while she goes and delivers her pizza and heads off to church. Put the negative post back on, fire it up, no check engine light. Run it halfway across the county, just test drive it. Absolutely nothing wrong. It's a mystery. That's why you spend all this money and you get a unit like this with no less than seven onboard computers. We have no idea what just went on. We just give it the old IT special. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Seems fine. I don't know. What do you know? Anyways, I'm going to go pound some posts now. Actually, before I do that, I figured I better come check on the swimming pool. So, earlier today, I put the pump in there. Started pumping it out across the lawn. You'd never know it, right? It's not like we had a drought or anything crazy like that. But who would have thought that there's 9,000 liters of water on that lawn? Where? Where did it go? It's gone. Sucked up like a sponge. Gone. But anyways, when we left to go out to Rio Grande the first time, shut the pump off because I'm not going to leave it run, right? Shut the pump off. And it just, physics, right? It just kept siphoning even though the pump is off. And the pool is empty, like empty. It is empty. I could come in here with a Swiffer or a little mop, and I bet you I would not fill up half a 5-gallon pail of water. That's impressive. That's really impressive. But so I think I'm going to pound my fence post and I'm going to come and disassemble this puppy because we get a wind tonight. Like we seem to always get a wind around here. There's never not a windy day. The neighbors will have a pool and we won't. You know what would really top this day off? Is if this old yellow beast just fired up like that. What would make it even better is if I had a cup holder right here. I could put my ice cold Pepsi right in there. That might be from some future fabrications going to have to happen, I think. All right, well, it seems like a beautiful evening, and you can't really tell the topography of the land right now, but I'm going to take this old yellow beast and go straight downhill into the abyss, into the bottom of the creek. There's no water in the creek right now, but that's where I got to pound some fence posts through there. Let's hope the brakes hold. Okay, so I'm down here with the tractor here now, and this is where I've got to come through and then down through the creek and then up the other side. And you can see we put the electric netting through here the other day. This is where I was supposed to come and fence, at least get the post pounded, but I was having issues with that hydraulic driven pump. Got that fixed there today. Didn't film that. It was just a keyway shot. So I'll fix that up, no problem. But yeah, I got some crazy spans between some of these posts, especially here in the creek bottom. Like, that's probably 30 feet between posts. Like, there's just no need for that. So I'm gonna just fill in. It's gonna be kind of odd, weird measurements. There's not gonna be kind of anything that's uniform, but I'm just gonna try and keep it under 12 feet span between posts, just so that I don't have to, because that page wire it'll just do whatever it does. It gets too long of a span, it can't stay tight and right, it seems. And the animals can push on it and then they can just flip it on itself, it seems. I don't know why that is, but physics, I'm not a fan of it. I don't know what a guy should be doing here. Maybe a guy should be just selling all the sheep, buying cows. They seem to like a 4-strand wire and just stay in, and that stuff's easy to install. And if you ever need to do anything with it, you just tighten it up, maybe pound a staple in here or there. But I can buy 10 sheep for the price of a cow, so it's tough. It's tough to get a start in this business when you're starting from nothing. You're starting from just a field, and then trying to, you know, build a shop, build a house, build a barn, build, you know, a fleet of farm equipment that's semi-reliable, and then build a herd of livestock that isn't trying to die every second Tuesday. Checkbook feels it, that's for sure. All right, gates shut, no cows can come in and disturb us. Sheep might come to visit, but I don't think they'll like the banging and clanging. Speaking of banging and clanging, I don't know if this has ever happened to anybody else. I had to put my wedding ring on my pinky finger. I haven't been able to wear it at all for close to a week. While we're getting ready to go camp, I was just doing some last minute round the farm jobs before we're gonna peel out and go camping. And I don't know if I twisted or sprained my finger or broke a blood vessel in this knuckle of my finger right here. The finger swole right up, and I wouldn't say it was numb necessarily. I had discomfort, but it was just like a weird, like I couldn't bend it or nothing. Turned purple on both sides, still kind of purple where my ring sits, or supposed to sit. And I don't know what that's all about, but it's happened a few times. Sometimes the guy's just packing a 5-gallon bucket, and I'll get it like right in the seam on that knuckle, you know, the punching knuckle, and finger will swell right up, just like a broke blood vessel. Highly inconvenient. And you can tell, like, how quickly can you get your wedding ring off, because you don't want it to cut the circulation off your finger or have to get your wedding ring cut off. So now it's on the pinky finger, so nothing bad happens. Well, good evening, sheepy sheep. What am I doing, you say? I'm just seeing to it that you stay there and I stay here, and there's no shenanigans in between. It's such a wide spread on lambing here this year that the weights are kind of all over the place. If there's any other sheep farmers out there that happen to watch the channel, I'd be interested to know if you run into that, where, you know, the ram gets away on you and you end up birthing from February until almost June, and you get such a big disparaging spread of weights. How do you send them to market? Do you just send them all as one, or do you send them kind of piece by piece in month lots, or what do you do? I'd be interested to know if I can lose as little money as possible here this fall. All right, well, I think I'm going to shut her down. I've run out of the posts I need. I got more posts up at the house, but they got not the ones I need on the tractor. I need 12 more, so I'll come finish this tomorrow. I would ordinarily, whatever, I could run up there and grab more and give her a little bit more, but as you can see, the tea light is on, so I mean, I can't ignore that. I'm gonna go put the kettle on, cup of tea, some bourbon creams, maybe get to bed and get up early again and have at her tomorrow. So I'll let you go for now. Hope you're having a fantastic evening. We'll see you tomorrow.